Welcome into Paul Catalina's Top 5, brought to you by Ticket Club. Today, we're going to stay in the NFL and do puzzling free agency choices. Let's go, number 5. Anyone waiting on Aaron Rodgers? This is you, Giants, and Aaron Rodgers and the Giants. I don't know why Aaron Rodgers would go to the Giants. He's not going to win a Super Bowl with the Giants this season. Also, the Steelers. Now, I think that's probably where he's going to wind up, and they appeared ready to wait for him, but may have to wait a whole month for it, which means Russell Wilson may have to wait some time for this. It's a very bizarre thing, how desperate you get for a quarterback and thirsty. Aaron Rodgers is cooked. He's done. Like the last 2 years have shown us that. He had an Achilles tear at age 39. He's 41 now. He's not the same guy he was, and if anything, he's more trouble than he's worth. So for God's sakes, don't wait on him. Make a plan. If he shows up and wants to play for a year, then maybe bring him in. But don't build your offseason around this guy. It's over. It's just over. Number 4, trading for Geno Smith. The Raiders, how bad the Raiders have it. They're picking 6th, which means they may or may not get a shot at Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. We don't know. So yes, they had to have a backup plan, and Pete Carroll is the one who helped rediscover Geno Smith's career. But trading for him and committing a couple years to him, to me, is a little bizarre given the fact that he's just kind of okay. Now, is Geno Smith an upgrade for the Raiders? Yes, but this is not the guy who's probably going to get it done for you. This is a bridge quarterback, and really it's a 3-year deal, but a 2-year deal, one of those things. But also giving up draft capital for Geno Smith, to me, just seems a little bizarre. I personally wouldn't have done it, but again, I'm not running the Raiders. Number 3, signing Daniel Jones to possibly start. The Colts have brought in Daniel Jones to compete with Anthony Richardson. Now, the good news is both those quarterbacks have similar skill sets and that they're both dual threat guys, but neither of them are well-established passers, and Anthony Richardson, he didn't make a bad financial decision by coming out early from Florida, but he really needed some more time to start and play in games for the Gators before he was genuinely ready for the NFL, and we've seen that. He's had moments where his superior athleticism is just a wow moment, and then times where he looks like a guy who hasn't played a whole lot of football as a starting quarterback at the high levels. Daniel Jones has played a lot of football as a starting quarterback at the high levels, and we know exactly how that goes. So the Colts have one option with potential and one option that if he's your starter, man, some folks are getting fired and it's a total rebuild in Indianapolis. They better be pretty confident with what they're doing because, man, that's a really dicey quarterback situation in Indy. And the other thing about Anthony Richardson, he has not been able to stay healthy. Number 2, building around Sam Darnold. Yes, he had a fantastic year this year. And the Seahawks traded away Geno Smith knowing that they had a great shot to go and get him. They went and they got him. They set it up around him. But that's a lot to build on 1 year. Is this guy like a Rich Gannon who, bounced around for a little while and then found his groove? Maybe so. And maybe that's true. This could be a big deal for the Seahawks or it could be a big bust. We will see, but the Seahawks have blown up their whole offense, and I doubt that Sam Darnold's going to be much better without DK Metcalf there. Now, look, Jackson Smith-Njigba is a rising star in the league, and I'm sure they will do something in the draft at that position as well. But this is a Seahawks team that might look a lot different than what we've been used to for the last few years. And number 1, the Saints' whole plan. It appears they have concepts of a plan. And they really, if they want to give Kellen Moore a shot, need to give him a shot to rebuild the whole thing. But keeping Derek Carr and not moving on is probably more indicative of the quarterback market than it is their whole long-term plan. But, they've done some things and they were in salary cap jail as opposed to giving him a full clean-out year just to deal with it and install his systems and build from there. They're kind of holding them back, and it's kind of unclear what they're going to do moving forward, and they better hit it and hit it hard in the draft. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be a great season for Kellen Moore year 1, in New Orleans, but they need a clean-out year for sure, and they haven't fully committed to that yet, and that's what's surprising to me. That's going to do it for the top 5. That's going to do it for the show. See you later, everybody.